Righto, so after a couple of days, I have put a new spark plug, put new oil, put new fuel, tried to restart it. I took the carby off, stripped it back again, cleaned it out, blew it out, done everything. Tried to start it, nothing. So I have resorted to buying a new carby again for this. Now, the other new carby that I bought for it was probably, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago. But I can't see any other reason why it's not working. So let's put this carby on and see if it works. Then I can get back to the farm, get cutting. Right, new carby on it. I've used it a couple of times and it just still stalls under a bit of load. I don't know what it is. Feels like it might be a fuel thing, but it's a new carby. It's new fuel, it's new oil, it's a new spark plug. So, I read somewhere, or I might have seen a video somewhere about, I think you can adjust the valves, which is what those are. Now, I've got to look online and see what the story is of those and whether I can adjust those. So, let's see how it goes. Bloody machinery. I really came unprepared today. I didn't bring my earphones, my battery's low, everything. So, you're going to miss some footage. Okay, this is... Was that even recording? Right, so I noticed yesterday I brought the wood chipper down from home to the farm, just to drop it off, and I noticed that one of the wheels was a bit weird. I thought, I'll bring it out. I've just done a little bit of grass cutting. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of grass cutting and all that. If you want to see more of that, there's plenty of videos on it. But I thought you might be interested in when I'm doing these machinery fix-ups. So I saw the wheel was a bit weird. So I've unbolted it and I've found that the... hang on a minute. I've got to change my screen around. So I have found that the bearing has shit itself. The bearings. I think that one on that side shit itself too. So I've just got to pop that off and have a look. So what I've done is, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I could probably get some other bearings. I've just taken the bearing casing there out from one side and all the bearings in there. I probably can pack them and put them back in, I think, maybe. I'll just have to have a look at this other bearing and see what it's doing. Means I have to go home and get some grease and stuff. So that's going to be... I was going to go and do a bit of wood chipping down that area, you know, that big area there. I was going to get rid of all those piles of crap and just mulch them up and then pile them up, and I'm going to move my compost bins around, put them in a new location and reorganise them. So I didn't bring my GoPro down, so I'm using my phone for camera at the moment. Yeah, so let's see how we go. I even brought the wheelbarrow down with me. Yeah. Anyway, let's see how we go with this. Righto, I got both bearing casings out. This one's still intact, but she's pretty dry. And that's the bearing casing that there's emptied itself of bearings. And it does look like these things have had grease in them since Buddha was a boy. So I'm going to have to shoot back to the house and grab some grease. I hope I've got all the bearings. I don't know how many I need in there, but I think I've got them all. Hope I haven't lost any out of the wheel. So it probably means that I'm going to have to maybe pull that wheel off and give those bearings a bit of a grease. Don't know if I'll do that today. I'll get this one going and get some mulching going, but it'll be on the maintenance list. Oh, the joy of machinery. Okay, so I've been down and I've got my grease. Luckily I keep some at home. And I'm just going to pack these bearings and see if they go back on. Can you see that okay? Hopefully you can. I've got a little bit of crap on this table, so I just work around it because it's what it is. Right, here we go. Whether it's the right grease or not, I don't know. I don't really care. It's grease as far as I'm concerned. It does the job. Just pile it in there. Any of you guys that haven't done bearings before, pile the grease in there. Don't be shy. Fill it up. You know why? Because it will hold the bearings in. That's the downside. I don't think I've got many gloves, any rags, but I've got a glove there, so that'll do. Okay, I've got 10 bearings here, and I hope that's the right amount. And all I'm going to do is just push them in there. Can you see that okay? I'll tell you in a minute if 10 bearings is not the right number. You'll hear me swear. Anyway, while we're doing this, it was my birthday yesterday, so it was quite good. I didn't really have a big fuss sort of shindig party or anything like that. We just had a few family members come around and bought some beers and just had a bit of a barbecue, a Thai style barbecue. Shit, 10 bearings might be too many. No, that's not possible. Oh, there we go, got it. Yeah, and a few beers, and that was that. Don't need to fuss around too much with birthdays and stuff like that. Right, so this is that casing. Now I've got to make sure I've got that the right way around, because right, put it in square if you can. And this is where it gets tricky. Now there's no, I consider out here as being out in the bush, so there's no there you go. There's no real science to that. Right, I've got that the right way around. It seems like I have. So there you go. One bearing repacked with grease. Now what I might do while I'm at it, I probably can't unpack that bearing. Oh yes I can. Or can I? Don't know if I can. I might just see if I can get some grease, a little bit of grease in around there, and see if it'll get into the ball bearings, but I don't know. I probably should knock that out really. Might be able to pack a bit in there too. There's a bit of a gap there, so we'll just push it in as good as we can. Right, so a couple of days ago or so, two or 3 days ago, that okay, just like that, she's back on and it all looks normal. So let's get chipping, see what it's like when you got your machine up on blocks. Right, let's see how we go with this. I'll do a quick little start-up video, maybe one little bit of mulching. Starts good, eh? Yeah, this will be interesting to see whether you can hear me clearly on this bit. I've got these headphones on again, and I did notice when I was editing a video the other day that they actually work okay, I think, when they're connected. See how we go with this big bertha. The outside of the bamboo, a lot of the small stuff doesn't mulch up. Yeah, we go. Yeah, bamboo's a bit tricky to mulch. Anyway. Right, that's one little area cleared. That's all me mulch and stuff over there. Oh, got an ant on my camera. Just raked a wee bit up. You don't get it, you know, it doesn't chop fine stuff, so that'll break down. Now I'm going to this pile here. I got some coconut fronds, bamboo, probably other cuttings of stuff. And here we used to have a big ass sugar thing growing there. I don't know why. It just sprouted out. I think it was from, because we put a lot of sugar dirt in this part of the farm, so it probably sprouted from seeds and that. So this is all chopped down from that. We've left a bit in there for whatever reason. And there's sugar cane. So I don't know what that's going to be like going through my machine. So I guess let's have a look. Right, battery's getting low, so I better get some through there. Came through now. Camera here. Good. Okay. It started making a bit of a funny clunking sound yesterday, so I'm thinking, oh shit, that doesn't sound good. Could be a piece of wood stuck in the barrel. Shouldn't be. Hoping it's not a blade come off. Anyway, I'll open her up and see. Alright, let's have a look. The blades could probably do with a sharpen up. Yep, that blade's loose. That is very fucking loose. Jesus, look at the nut. Wow. That's not very good of me. Maybe I didn't do that up tight enough. I don't know. Let's tighten it up and see what happens. Set the spanner right. Okay. I think the thread's gone on that nut. No. Okay. That's up pretty tight. That's the one. Is that the one I just done it? Oh, that's the other one. Let's check this one too. I could do with a little tighten up. Right, that's spinning okay, so I could start it with without the shroud on, but I'm not going to. Too dangerous. Right, this is one of my compost bins that's been there for months and months. Got some good worms in there. Nice big grub. They want to eat that, I'd say, but we'll keep it in there. And I'm going to be moving this tank. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart on me when I move it. A bit more dirt to put in the wheelbarrow. But that's pretty good looking soil, I reckon. Well, unfortunately, as I'm rolling it, it's falling apart. I've lost half of it, so I think that tank can go in the clong and become a fish bloody thing when that's full. Alright, bugger. Oh well. I have to find a new compost method. Maybe build a wall. Right, just show you some of my finished compost. I'm pretty sure it's finished. That's the little pile there. There's the tank. That's going to get moved. So you see the nice big worms in it. I'm trying to salvage as much of this as I can before the chickens eat everything out of it. I'll probably put this now into a garden area of sorts. It's hard because this plant here, it's got bloody little spikes in it. And this plant here's got spikes in it. Let's get a bit of rubbish in there. They can't help themselves, so see a tank, and it just rubbish goes into it. Not, oh yeah, that's compost, not a rubbish bin. Well, I'll show you. This is one of my other compost tanks over here. See? Just everything gets stacked on it. These ones here aren't. These were for the breeding frogs, but they're gone now. That was my fault. I didn't water them. So I don't know what we're going to do with those tanks. Anyway, I'll keep moving on. Shit. Fill this tank up with this compost that I built up here. It's got a mixture of wood chips, sugar cane, bamboo leaves, all that stuff that makes for good compost. There's a lot of twiggy sort of stuff in here, but I don't really want it. But it's hard to separate out sometimes. You get so much of it from the bamboo. The wood chipper doesn't get the fine shit, which is fine, that's okay. Anyway, we get the majority of it, and you can feel it's quite hot in the middle of that, so it's good because stuff's breaking down already. I'll give this a bit of a look in another day or so. See how much it sinks down. Right, we can bake. help activate the breakdown process. Now people probably think I'm crazy making compost in Thailand, because the whole country's bloody got tons and tons of vegetable matter lying around everywhere. But you know, the other option, yeah, we get so much vegetation waste, like, you know, from the bamboo and everything else. The only other option is to burn it all the time, and I can't be bothered burning it. And yeah, I could put this around specific fruit trees and stuff like that, and give them a little bit of extra, what do you call it? A little bit of extra nutrients, you know, even though it takes a while for it to break down and whatnot. But I've got a few tanks here, so it's not too bad. The chickens would love to get in and scratch around in this, but they're not going to. I'll cover it. Not sure, I'm just going to use this frog pen thing to cover it first, but I'll give it some water first. That's my next thing, is to move a water bin over to here. Right. Okay, that's the end of that video. I've got one more to come. I think we're going to be working over the next couple of days on rebuilding the other side of the chicken coop. So, are you interested in footage on that? Let me know. I've already done a video on where I rebuilt the other side of the chicken coop, but the bamboo side's knackered. So, let me know. Are you interested in footage on that? Do I film it? Yeah, feedback would be would be very much appreciated. That was hard to get out. Alright, see you on the next one.